Hey everybody, it's Jason Creel on this Lawn Care Life. Today I'm going to show you a secret way to kill weeds in your lawn. Now I wouldn't use this for every weed in the lawn, but if you got a tough weed and you don't want to use a herbicide, I'm going to show you a technique that you can use. It's a little hack, if you will. So let's get started with that right now. You know, this is a area of my backyard I've been filling in with grass, and sometimes you end up with a weed that's tough to control. Like I talk about on my channel all the time, it's Dallas grass. But look at this situation here. I've got some crabgrass. I've got what I believe is Dallas grass. It's been mowed recently, so it's hard to tell. And then there it looks like goose grass, okay? And the Bermuda is trying to spread into this area. You see where the Bermuda is spreading. And so one of the problems with this Bermuda spreading is it has competition. It's been taking up space with this with these big grassy weeds. Now I'm just going to say, if you watch me on the channel, you know Dallas grass is very difficult to get rid of and difficult at this time of year. So what can you do? Well, you could come in there and just spray it with Roundup or something like that and just kill it. But what happens when you do that? You might end up getting a little bit on your Bermuda, and it's going to kind of damage some of the Bermuda around it. So oftentimes, if you just spray in the center of the plant, the outer part of the plant doesn't die, and the whole plant ends up, you know, coming back full strength later on. So you got to kind of get good coverage, even if you're using just a weed killer on it. And with like a non-selective weed killer, something that's not going to kill everything, it's just a difficult weed to control. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to put fertilizer on it. And you say, oh Jason, what are you doing? Wouldn't that help it grow? Well, that's where the hack comes in. And why would you do that as opposed to just spraying you know, Roundup or something like that? And I'm going to explain that. You think about it, if you just spray Roundup, like I said, we might end up with some brown spots and damaging the Bermuda around it. But if I put a lot of fertilizer on it, let me use these samples. You know, most all of us have seen where a yard will have brown spots in the backyard, and sometimes the homeowner asks, what's causing that? And I say, oh, do you have a dog? And they're like, yeah, we have a dog, and that's his favorite spot to go to the bathroom, okay? And so that dog urine is causing, sometimes you'll see it and it'll cause dark green spots because it's actually fertilizing the lawn. But if you fertilize too much, what happens? You burn the lawn and you cause damage to the lawn. So that's what I'm gonna do in this situation. I'm gonna put too much fertilizer on it on purpose, and I'm gonna try to knock out these weeds. And we're gonna come back and we're gonna watch it and see if it actually works. So what is the benefit of doing that versus the Roundup? Well, like I said, the Roundup, you may cause damage to the grass, but if I put too much fertilizer right here, it kills this weed, but hopefully it actually benefits the surrounding grass. So I think you might even see a darker green, just like when you see that brown spot in the lawn where the dog peed. Usually around the brown spot, it's a darker green. You might actually benefit the surrounding grass, which could help fill in this bare spot quicker. So anyway, that's the theory we're going to try. So we're going to try it on these three weeds: the Dallas grass, we're going to try it on the crabgrass, and we're going to try it on the goose grass. All right, so you want like a high nitrogen fertilizer, and this is a slow release fertilizer, but it does have some quick release in it. Now better would be if I just had like a straight up quick release fertilizer, so you can like put more nitrogen on the plant quicker. But you can see here, it's still got a lot of nitrogen. It's still gonna release a lot of nitrogen. So I'm just gonna take a handful and I'm gonna put it on the plant here. And you think, yeah, Jason, I think you might have went a little heavy on that one. And we'll even, well, I'll try it on this goose grass right here. We won't put any on this goose grass. So, all right, there we go. So it's supposed to rain tomorrow, okay? So I'm gonna let this be watered in. You could water in yourself if you wanted to. I'm just gonna let the rain take care of it. And hopefully it's gonna burn these plants up and kill them and actually feed the Bermuda grass, but we're gonna check on it and see how well it works. It's a 24-hour update after we put the fertilizer out. We did get the rain that I was hoping for, so that's good. Not a lot of noticeable damage so far. There's the one that's, you know, untreated basically, and these are the ones that have been treated. So anyway, yeah, I wasn't expecting an overnight kill. I just wanted to show you after 24 hours. We'll keep checking back to see the results. All right, checking in. It's been about a week since I put the heavy fertilizer on this, and you can see some things are definitely starting to happen here. The Dallas grass, what concerns me is I didn't get it. I probably should have put it all the way around the plant. I'm afraid it's going to burn a hole in the center of it, and the outer edges are going to somehow survive, but we'll see. And then you see the crabgrass, perhaps the same thing, but it's going to, the fertilizer hopefully is going to continue to work on it. Now, weird here, the goosegrass doesn't seem like near as affected by it. You see the healthy goosegrass and the one that's been fertilized, not as much action on that, but definitely more so on the crabgrass and the Dallas grass. So we'll check on it again and see what happens. All right, back for another checkup. It's been a week or maybe a little longer since the initial application, probably 4 or 5 days since the last checkup. Let's see what's happened. All right, we've had more rain, more time, more hot weather, and let's see what's going on with the fertilizer burning up the grass. So we start with the Dallas grass, and you can see here where my nightmare's coming true, where I basically burned a hole in the center of the plant, but the outer perimeter of the plant still has some life. So that tells me it's probably not going to die. I would have had to do a bigger circle of, instead of just putting it right in the center plant, I would have had to make a little bit more fertilizer around the perimeter. Now, if you look at some of the crabgrass here, it looks like, you know, some of this obviously is severely damaged, but there's still a little bit of green tissue, over here. So same thing, I think for my experiment to work, if it's a large plant, I need more fertilizer covering a bigger circumference, you know, around the plant. And then on the goosegrass, I don't know if I just didn't use enough, or if goosegrass just loves fertilizer or what. But it's like it didn't even kill it. I'm not sure. But anyway, this didn't discourage me as far as whether this works or not. It definitely works. I just didn't use enough fertilizer. I could put more fertilizer here, and burn the green parts down, and it will die. You can see where the Bermuda out here is still green and probably benefiting from some of the fertilizer as it you know, goes out into the nutrients, go into the soil. So anyway, user error on this one is what I'm going to chalk it up to, but no doubt it does work. And if you got the plant, you just got to make sure you put enough fertilizer and cover the plant. And I'm not saying this is like the greatest idea ever for killing weeds. I just wanted to show you one option you can do if you just want to know how to kill a weed. It's no different than, you know, well, I wouldn't say no different, but it's kind of like having your dog pee on a spot in your yard and it just burns it, you know. And if you say, why has they got brown spots? Well, your dog pees there all the time. But if you just put way too much fertilizer, you burn the grass, so you're gonna burn these weeds. So that's basically what happened. All right, so the experiment didn't work quite like we hoped, but hopefully you learned some. If you like these kind of videos or other lawn care videos, I've got over 600 on the channel. I'm Jason Creel. You can also go to lawncarelife.com. There's a lot of resources available for you there, whether you're in the weed control, fertilization business, mowing business, mosquito business, there's all kind of stuff. So check those out. Talk to you guys later. Bye.